You've got ideas, you've got ambition, you've got no time, or so you think. I'm Marissa Lonick, and I help busy moms with big dreams and no time. Join me each week as I dive into time management strategies, goal setting and achieving framework, and inspiring guests who are juggling mom life, work life, fill in the blank life. Dreams don't work unless you do, and just because you're a mom doesn't mean you can't still make it happen, whatever it means to you. Welcome to the Mama Work It podcast. Hey, mamas. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Mama Work It podcast. I'm Marissa Lonick. In case you're new around here, I'm a time management and productivity coach focusing on helping ambitious women, ambitious working moms turn their dreams into goals and those goals into reality. I'm also a working mom myself of 4 boys, a Gemini, a projector by human design. What else can I tell you about me? I don't even know. I cannot wait to dive into today's topic because, as you may or may not know, I started my business, Mama Work It, about 4 years ago. And while I did this alongside being a corporate executive for a long time, earning a 6-figure salary, I didn't throw a ton of money into my business. And I don't think you should either at the very start. There are many ways to build your business on a budget, whether that's because you simply don't have the funds to invest in your business or you just want to be less risk averse or whatever the reason is. And today we are diving into that in the episode. Now, before we get into these tips, I want to say one thing. Building your business on a budget, it doesn't need to be restrictive or cheap, or even a reflection of you not really believing in yourself. Although some people confuse this for that. For example, I'm not going to teach you things in today's episode that are going to keep you stuck from growing your business, because having a scarcity mindset about money, it will absolutely do that to you. So that's definitely not what I want for you, okay? I'm also not going to give you tips on doing everything yourself, because while I truly believe that while you can and are capable of doing it all, especially when you're an ambitious, smart, savvy woman like you listening probably are, you're not going to be happy doing it all. That's just the bottom line. Like if you're working 24/7, or if you're doing tasks that feel really misaligned for you, not just outside your comfort zone, just really misaligned, there's a difference there. And that's not a way, in my opinion, to successfully build your business on a budget. Just want to clear the air on those things. All right, so let's dive into these tips. These are some ways that I was personally able to build a successful business without breaking the bank, without burning out, without feeling like I was making a huge investment in something early on. And now I share these tips with you because, hey, I've definitely made mistakes. I've made mistakes in how I spent my money in starting my business. I've made mistakes in past businesses I've launched. And I've spent money in the wrong ways, right? I've spent too much money here, not enough money there. I've spent too much time researching ways to save money when it ended up saving me not that much money, but losing a lot of hours that could have frankly been spent doing something way more productive and money generating in my business. So I'm teaching you this stuff not only from the viewpoint of what has worked for me, but also from the viewpoint of what didn't. And here's the thing. You are going to make mistakes in your business. That is inevitable. Okay. I don't want you to not make mistakes, because there are valuable lessons that you can learn only sometimes through making mistakes, through experiencing those situations. But if I can save you some aggravation, some frustration, some money, some stress, some feelings of like being stuck in the muck and not being able to kind of move kind of feelings, then please let me help you out. All right. So here we go. Let's get down to business here. 3 ways to build your business on a budget. Tip number 1. You need to have a budget, okay? It's not that complicated. If you don't have some sort of organization system for tracking what you anticipate needing, what you anticipate spending, what you actually are spending, you will undoubtedly overspend or underspend. And neither is necessarily a good thing. Here's why. When you have no idea how much money is coming in and out for you, you feel a loss of control. When you feel a loss of control, you start to feel overwhelmed. You start to feel anxious. You start to lose motivation and interest. You start to make up stories in your head about how things probably won't work when you don't see immediate results. You name it. Now, on the contrary, when you have a budget, when you have an organization system to track what you anticipate needing to spend, what you are actually spending, you can make better decisions. You can look at actual data. You can feel like you have a solid grasp on how things are going in your new business, which is absolutely necessary as a new business owner, as any business owner. So this doesn't have to be super intimidating. This can be very, very, very simple, you guys. In fact, in my new book, Biz Momagement, The Working Mom's Guide to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur, we talk a lot about these startup exercises of determining price points, for example, where we review business costs associated with those price points. So, shameless plug, grab a copy if you haven't already, mama. It's on sale right now for $199 pre-order until October 6th. All right, getting back to our tips here. Here we go. Tip number 2, you need to know your zone of genius. What's your zone of genius? Okay, a few years ago, I read the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It is a great book. If you haven't read it, by the way, like highly recommend. So in this book, Gay talks a lot about your zone of genius and how most people aren't operating from this area of life because they get stuck in what he calls their zone of expertise. I think I have that right. Don't quote me there. Okay. Here's how I want to tie this back to you in this episode, mama. Okay. As a high performer, as an ambitious, driven woman, as a mom who has basically been given the hardest job ever with zero training, no manual, a slew of hormones, societal pressure, just to add a little extra spice to the mix, we have, and we continue to overcome a lot over and over and over again, right? We over deliver daily. We beat all the odds against us. We're doing a fantastic job. Like we walk out of the battle zone every day wearing high heels, lipstick, and we still have the energy to like go pack lunches and work on the side hustle here. Like it's pretty freaking incredible. Okay. We're able to be good at a lot of things, more things than we probably even need to be good at. Things that we might not necessarily even love to do, but hey, we're damn good at it. We get praise for it. And so we continue to do it. Where am I going with this? Okay. I have a point. I promise. Here's where this is relatable to building a business on a budget. All right. You could say to yourself, I'm good at writing copy. I'm good at Facebook ads. I'm good at editing podcasts because you've gotten good at it. And you could continue to do those tasks even if they're not your zone of genius to save money and be on a budget. Or you could recognize that time spent on those tasks is actually taking money out of your pocket because you're not spending time doing the things that are actually in your zone of genius, things that, come naturally to you, that you feel you excel at, that you feel energized doing, that you would do without being paid for them, essentially, although let's get real, we want to get paid for them and paid well. Does this mean that I outsourced anything and everything when I was building my business? Hell no, I did not. I actually learned to do almost every job in my business because it helped me delegate properly and it helped me understand the business at a granular level to be able to completely maximize efficiency and then hire efficiently, which means I can spend less money per hour or per job because I have such a deep understanding of how the business works, what it needs, what's extraneous, and what's worth doing. So I learned all those things. I realized in learning all those things what was my zone of genius, what was potentially my zone of expertise, and what just wasn't at all. And from there, I was able to take the next step and delegate and assign accordingly. Now, people get stuck at that step, at that delegation step. They feel like they're handling it, they're doing it, they're pretty damn good at it. Why bother outsourcing it? That's why. Because it actually takes money out of your pocket and takes away from you potentially being able to work on your business instead of in your business. I hope that makes sense. All right, we're going to move on to tip number 3. We will recap this, I promise. I know we're moving very quickly here. Tip number 3 here is invest in you. Invest in you. Now, I was on the Sass Says podcast a few months ago, and one quote that I said on the show that was pulled out from one of the audiograms or the social posts, I can't remember, but it got pulled out. It was that important, was I've never regretted investing in myself. And girlfriend, I stand by that 1,000,000,000%. Okay. Now it can feel really, really scary and really irresponsible to take a course, to invest in a coach, to go to a seminar or summit. But 9 times out of 10, when you take away what you take away from these types of investments pays you back double, triple, quadruple, maybe even more. Okay. Again, I want to recognize when you're building a business, you're typically not bringing in a ton of income, maybe even any income yet. And it can feel very irresponsible to do something like this. But like I said, I've never regretted it. And most times the investment pays you back double, triple, quadruple, and then some. Okay. These types of investments, again, they can often feel really unnecessary. Why? Because there are so many platforms out there like Google, like YouTube, maybe even social media, where you can learn the things you need to learn. But I'm going to tell you a little secret about that. I guess it's not a secret now since I'm sharing it on the show, but here it goes. Actually, I'm going to tell you more than one secret. Okay, 2 secrets. Here we go. The first thing is when you don't pay for things like this especially, you take only a percentage of what you could be gaining from the experience. For example, you half listen to the YouTube tutorial. So maybe then you miss a step and you wonder why things didn't go the way you wanted them to, right? Or you watch like 30 videos and you read like 20 blog posts or social media posts, and now you are even more confused than when you started and you just want to like throw in the towel. You're so deep in it with the frustration level. Okay. So that's one thing. When you don't pay for things, that can sometimes happen to you. The other thing is that you spend often way more time looking for what you actually need than getting it. And potentially getting it from individuals who aren't the right expert for you to receive the information from. So not only like do you need to spend time researching, you need to now spend time vetting, and time is money, honey. Okay. So consider that when you're contemplating outsourcing or paying for a program that will get you to where you want to be in less time, you could be making money. You could be hitting goals in 3 months or in 3 years. You decide. Now, this doesn't mean I think you shouldn't take free classes, attend free challenges, use Google, use YouTube, use social media to learn things. Hell no. Like, I think those are all important tools we have at our fingertips. We should absolutely be taking advantage of them. But I also say, in addition, choose to invest in you. Maybe it's one direction, one investment at a time so that you're fully committed, you're fully present, you're fully able to get your money's worth there. But make that a priority and a goal, because your bigger picture will be positively impacted by this. And by the way, this particular budget advice, it's not just for someone starting out and building their business, right? It's for anyone in business. There are always new things to learn. There is always room for growth, improvement. A coach can always help you see things more clearly. Even my own coaches who I've worked with who are incredibly successful in their businesses, they continue to invest in themselves over and over and over and over again. Now, this could also mean, just to flip the script here, this could also mean, this tip, investing in other things that have to do with you, like investing in childcare, investing in grocery delivery, investing in house cleaning. These are all things that can allow you to, again, be in your zone of genius so you can focus on making money and building your business rather than scrubbing your floors or trying to multitask childcare and working, which, by the way, does not work in my opinion. Okay. So again, I really want to recognize when you're starting a business, you're likely not making any money yet. I get it. You're scrappy. You're trying to wear all the hats. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay. I have been there. I've done it. But also, it's important to not get stuck in that scarcity mindset around money. Okay. Get a budget, create a budget, feel more in control of your money. Set aside funds for your own development, skill sets, learning that needs to happen within your business, and figure out what those zones of genius are for you if you don't already know. Which, by the way, you learn not only through trial and error, but also through investing in yourself, right? A good coach is going to help you see that, is going to help you determine the best places to be spending and saving when you're first starting out in business. I also want to say here, one more thing that sometimes we have to do is we got to just get out of our own way, right? We have that mindset often around money that makes us feel unworthy to spend it on ourselves, to invest in a babysitter, to hire a house cleaner, whatever job we're already doing, and likely doing well. I want to recognize that because we're good at a lot of things. And once we can get past that guilt and that worthiness, we typically blow ourselves and everyone else around us away with what we're able to accomplish. Whew, I've got so much more to say on this topic, and conversations like these are what we have in Biz Momagement Club, my exclusive monthly membership for ambitious moms in business. So whether you are just starting out or you're in a stage where you're looking to grow or scale, this is the membership for you when you're juggling all the things as a mom, as an entrepreneur, maybe a partner, etc., etc., etc. Not only do you get coaching and support from me and your fellow biz momagers, you also get access to industry experts in this program. Every month, we bring in a seasoned expert to present a workshop about an area you need support in: marketing, money, mindset, hormonal health, branding, you name it. This is a one-stop shop that provides resources, training, coaching, accountability, with access, again, to multiple experts, all operating in their particular zones of genius. Guys, it is good. And right now, you are able to access this membership for just $111. And for a limited time, even receive your first 7 days absolutely free. So if this sounds like exactly what you need, and trust me, I know it sounds exactly what I needed when I started my business, right? That's why I created it. Join us today in Biz Momagement Club. You can access that link in our show notes. And also feel free to contact Team Mama Work It if you have any questions. So I hope today's episode has been helpful if you are starting your business and looking to build it on a budget. And I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. You've been listening to the Mama Work It podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and would love if you could take a quick minute to leave me a review on whichever platform you're listening from, and maybe even send a note to a fellow mama friend recommending it. Reviews and recs help this podcast grow and reach more like-minded, awesome moms. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click that button so we can stay in touch, girl. By the way, if you haven't checked out the Mama Work It website, please do. There are lots of free resources and great articles there that can help you with the juggle of work life, mom life, wife life, fill in the blank life. So head on over. Thanks again for being part of the tribe. I'll see you soon, but in the meantime, keep on working it, mama.